You see that happening?
Well, I do think that people's thought process have drastically changed and began to accept what I call, unorthodox type of interpretations of the entire UFO phenomenon and, conspiratorial angles. So I think that there's definitely a change in towards more understanding of what's happening.
You see New Mexico as an important area for ufology and for other events. Explain that for us.
No question about it, George. There's something about this mysterious state of New Mexico. As you know, New Mexico is the fifth largest state in the Union, George, and yet the population is less than probably one-third of Los Angeles, and it's not going to grow drastically. In my opinion, it's going to be it's going to remain the same. But the unique thing about New Mexico, George, is that I believe that this is where everything started as far as the meaning behind the so-called post-war history of strange lights seen in the sky. It all began for a purpose in New Mexico. That is my conclusion, and that is why 2 years ago something told me to move from California to New Mexico, and this is where I retired.
And there you are.
That's right.
Now, tell me how you got involved in these investigations, your work with regards to Project Bluebeam. How did this all come about?
Well, actually, George, it's a long story.
Well, it's a 3-hour show, so we can take it.
Yes. Well, first of all, what interested me in New Mexico was in 1964 when I was still living and I was a high school student in Yokohama, Japan. And in April of 1964, I read a newspaper article. It was on the front page of an English newspaper in Japan. And the headline in the middle of the newspaper was something like this. Sees saucer sitting on sand. It's about the police officer, Lonnie Zamora.
Oh, sure.
Yes, and the title was Police Officer Sees Saucer Sitting on Sand. And I was attracted to this article, and that's the beginning of my many, many years of serious research into this entire UFO phenomenon. And that really attracted me in 1964, and that could be a secondary reason why I came directly from Yokohama, Japan, to New Mexico. Basically, the reason I came here was to study the Spanish language as spoken in this state, which is very unique. So my main purpose was to study the Spanish language of the Southwest, especially northern New Mexico, which retains 16th, 17th century type of Spanish spoken by soldiers and so on.
Well, the Lonnie Zamora case of Socorro, New Mexico is one of the, I think, best UFO cases ever recorded. Here's a police officer who spots this egg-shaped craft, these beings by it, whatever they might have been. Absolutely riveting. We lost him last year, Norio. He passed away.
Yes.
But what an incredible story. So I can see how that got you interested in this field.
That's right. I have... been reading so much material from organizations such as NICAP, which no longer exists, APRO, which no longer exists. I've done all of these things, and but eventually something told me to come back to New Mexico because this is a significant state. And is my affinity with New Mexico. It's a fascinating state, and as I mentioned on my website, and you did mention too, that I believe personally that the year 1947 was the beginning of a conditioning of belief systems towards a segment of society, carefully orchestrated for future events. And, I was talking about New Mexico, but did you know that there are more scientists here per population in New Mexico than any other place?
No, I did not know that.
This is a fact. But yet the regular general educational level of the state of New Mexico is quite low. But, this is a fascinating place. It has the nation's most advanced weapon systems research and testing in the state. It's the state-of-the-art technology, you name it, leading-edge technologies in biogenetics, leading-edge technologies in directed energy weapon systems. These are all, just the tip of the iceberg of what New Mexico is about as far as the military technology is.
Norio, back in the early 1990s, you came out with one of your first works called UFOs, the Grand Deception and the Coming New World Order, which I think is so appropriate today. I want to talk with you about that as well as things that are going on in Dulce. How did you begin to research that? Because, it is just right now that new UFO researchers are starting to say, gosh, there's something going on. This new world order is moving quickly. You saw this a long time ago. What signs did you see?
Well, actually, back in 1995, I had a crazy video called Secrets of Dreamland. And in that video, my main thesis was that the covert government, if there were such a thing, would have sufficient technology to be able to artificially simulate or orchestrate some fake UFO threat to bring a forced global unity type of a thing to the future world if there will come such a need, see. And that was my main thesis, and the reason I tied that thesis into the idea of a coming global governance or a global order is because, that would be the most, the ultimate way to bring a forced unity. And so I put two and two together, and of course, around that time in 1994 or 1993, early 90s anyway, there were very few people who were espousing that type of, idea.
That's true.
Yes, very few people.
That's true.
And also, in 1994, I had a unique opportunity to correspond with a Canadian investigative journalist by the name of Serge Monast. And Serge Monast was one of the first persons to divulge what he believed to be NASA's secret plan called the Project Blue Beam.
Now, is he the one who died of a heart attack?
That's correct.
Okay, that's
exactly
him.
2 years later.
One and the same.
Yes, after 2 years later, after he came out, he had a strange, massive heart attack at his residence in Canada, and that was very strange.
Isn't it interesting and fascinating how so many vocal people who come up with these incredible stories and theories somehow end up dying?
Well, that is strange in many ways, definitely.
And, the whole thrust, I think, of Project Bluebeam was instill fear in people and then control them by telling them, we're here to take care of you. We're going to save you, but we need to do this with a one-world army, a one-world government. Noria, hold on for just a second. We're going to go to a break, and then we're going to come right back on